My name is Akin Akinbogun, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a true life story that will tell us about how we can unlock or how we achieved unlocking the hidden potential of a certain girl called Naomi, who was a waitress. You'll find this story interesting, and perhaps you could learn something from it and then use that to help improve yourself. I'll get back to you shortly. Welcome back. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Duke of Small Talks, and like this video. So I'll go straight into it. I'd mentioned earlier about the story of a certain waitress called Naomi, and I'll be telling you about Naomi's story. Naomi was a waitress at an upscale bar somewhere on the mainland in Lagos, and myself and my friend frequent the bar once in a while, depending on the context of work. And on one of these occasions, while we're there, she had walked up to us and served us drinks and some of the finger foods, and we took interest in the way she went about her work. She looked like she was diligent, hardworking, and she looked like she was putting effort into it. So we asked her a question: why is she working in the bar? And she said, oh well, her dad was late and her mom was the only one caring for 5 of them, and she was the first of the 5. And so we asked her further questions, saying, okay, would you like to continue working here, or would you aspire to be someplace else? And she says, well, she's limited by a qualification because she had only gotten the secondary school certificate, and that's all she had. And so we told her it wasn't a limitation. For as long as she had something inside her, that natural talent or something that she was willing to give out, then whatever certificate she had is not a limitation. And so we asked her, right, if she's ready for the social experiment myself and my friend were willing to carry out with her. And she said, yes, she was. Okay. So we thought, okay, let's give it a shot. So we asked her, if you were to change your job, what kind of money would you like to earn? At the time, she said she was earning 20,000 naira per month. And we asked her to multiply that figure by multiples of whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is she feels she could earn. And she multiplied it by multiples of 3. And I said, okay, fine. So now you multiplied what you want to earn by multiple of 3. Then it means the next job you're going to get is probably going to be something like that figure, because someone's going to ask you about it if you do certain steps. And she asked what kind of steps. And I said, okay, fine. What are the favorite things? What are the things that come to you naturally, innately? And she says, well, she likes singing, she likes dancing, and she likes to, talk and engage people. Okay, fantastic. So let's see how we can put those things that come to you naturally into what you currently do diligently and see whether it will move you to the next level. And she says, okay, well, she's willing to see how that's going to work. And then we ambitiously told her that if she were to work at it for a period of 1 month, there's a likelihood that she would change her job from one of those who was coming to the bar. And she says, okay, let's give it a try. So we continued this social experiment with her. We asked her to infuse some of those innate qualities that she feels comes to her naturally into what she was doing in her day job. Now, since she likes to dance, she would, while she's serving our guest in that bar, she would wiggle and, show a bit of excitement, show a little bit of anticipation, and then she would smile, obviously. And since she likes to engage in conversation, she would pass on comments to the patrons who come in there. She would say things like, you look nice, or what your guest is wearing is really nice, or the necklace that your guest is wearing is nice. We asked her to be careful about the kind of comments she would pass on to the patrons so they don't misconstrue her intention. The whole idea was so that, people could see that she is bubbling at a level far higher than where she was in, because she was applying herself naturally without necessarily going to do something else, without necessarily trying to learn a skill that she didn't have. So by doing it with a bubbly spirit, over time, a couple of the other patrons wanted only her to serve them. Amongst the other half a dozen waitresses every day, they would insist that they wanted her to serve. As part of the things she would do, she would ask them if she should replace the bottle that they were drinking even before they were finished, and would advise them on which one was the best, if it was colder, and ones that, was fast selling. For those who had indecision, deciding what kind of finger foods to have, she would suggest what she thought was pleasant and tells them why it looks that nice, and stuff like that. A little extra value that she was adding to her job. And very soon it was noticeable. The supervisor had noticed that the figures were going up. She was doing more of the sales. After a while, she was getting burnt out because everybody wanted her to serve them. They were always asking for her to, to be the one to serve them. And invariably, one of the patrons obviously noticed that she was rotating or vibrating at a level that was far higher than where she was at, and decided, you know what, would you like to work with me? And that was the moment she had been prepared for from the get-go. It took only 3 weeks for that to happen. And of course, she told him exactly the multiple of the amount she was earning that she would like to be paid. And that's how she's ended up being a sales girl for selling paints for a private manufacturer. And she worked in there for about 2 years. All she had to do was to take the eating potential, the things that came to her naturally, and apply it to whatever it is she's doing. If you vibrate above the level where you're currently at, you'll be noticed by those who need the kind of energy that you bring on table. No matter how bad your job is, no matter how sad it makes you feel, you must bring yourself to apply yourself in such a way that it gives you the value, it gives you the opportunity to move to the next level when others see how much effort you're putting into it. So, what can we learn from Naomi? A lot. And start now, because there's no point to delay. From now on, put in the best you can. Apply yourself, your innate energy, your innate potentials, put them to use and get value. Thank you.